Hello, happy Tuesday, the 20, I don't know, it's one of the Tuesdays. Heading off, leaving Dwelling Up, heading down into the Nanga Reserve along the Murray River for a few nights. Now there's a few diversions, so there will be no huts. I will be sleeping in my hammock for a couple of nights here. The fishing's good this time of year. Heading down there. Welcome back to the Bibbulmun Track Adventure, brought to you by Intense Off-Road. In the last couple of episodes, we went from Kalamunda to Dwelling Up. In this episode, we're going from Dwelling Up to Collie. It's gonna get wet. We're now reaching the pine forests of the Nanga Reserve. Soon to go along the Murray River and keep working our way south along the Murray. Looking forward to a swim and a bit of fishing. These forests aren't natural. After they logged the jarrah, they planted pine, and they do still harvest the pine and just keep replanting. There's also a lot of downhill mountain bike tracks in this reserve, and there are a lot of competitions for downhill mountain biking here, and great place to come for a swim too. Who's a good bungara? Who's a good bungara? You're pretty. Pretty. I'm going to walk around this way. There you go. Have a nice day.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, this is how you make pancakes in the bush. First you fail. Then you get this little beauty. It's like a dumpling. Now I just got to get it out. Alright, here it is. It's a cake that I cooked in a pan, but it's not a pancake. It's a pancake. That's a pancake. Yep, on the bottom she's a little bit black. Break it open. Oh, still a bit gooey on the top layer, but there we go. Let's have a go at some of this. Tastes like a pancake the size of a big muffin.
Done?
Yep. So as we're diverting from the actual campers' huts along the Bibbulmun due to them being closed for a year to get burn-offs done around them, this is my setup for tonight. So this is my brother's hammock, who he has been generous enough to lend to me. And so down in this end I've got my pack sitting in there. I've got all my stuff, got my shoes up in here. And then up in this end is my mattress. Yes, I've got a mattress even though it's in a hammock. You may laugh, but that is going to be the only thing stopping the cold from coming up and biting me in the ass during the night. And it does get cold in a hammock. You're hanging here in the air. And this is a waterproof fly that I've set up over the top, this green bit, and it's folded over so I can get in right now, but once that hangs over down there, no one's going to get wet. And I'll use the guide ropes and pull that out and get that all done later, so I'll let you know how that is in the morning. Around sunset, I went down to check out the river. It wasn't even a hot day, but that river was so beautiful I had to swim. Yeah, it was freezing, and it was salty for some reason. Someone explained to me what's been happening upstream. It rained a tad in the early hours of the morning. I stayed dry, but I didn't sleep much because I got very, very cold. So I'm going to have a late start today because I slept in once it warmed up. It's my lucky day. Come check this guy out. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Looking for some grubs? Oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, look at his little face. He's a good boy. Oh, don't be scared. Disturb him. That's just great. You don't see these very often. It was nice to have a hut that night. Today's walk is going to be wet and windy. And to top it off, there is another diversion today due to the campsite being in a burn-off zone. Hasn't been burned off yet. And so I'll probably be in the hammock again in the rain if it rains. So you got to be prepared. So I got my rain jacket on. That's about all the preparation I can do. Yeah. The rainy weather brought with it some challenges. 1, I couldn't risk getting my camera wet, and 2, I had no sun to charge my battery, so it's time to save battery. I'm going to focus on keeping warm and dry until that rain passes. Happy Friday, everybody. Friday the 20... So I don't even know anymore. Well, last night was terrible. After that rainy day, I just couldn't get warm, and got so cold I busted out my emergency thermal blanket out of my first aid kit and put that inside my sleeping bag, which was great until it got really cold in the middle of the night and my body heat generated... Oh great, it's starting to rain. My body heat generated condensation on the inside of that thermal blanket, which then made me cold again. So there's just no winning. But pushing on, a few more days till Collie, and there's a Macca's in Collie. We are crossing the Murray River over the new bridge that's been created after the old rail bridge burnt down in... Oh, it bounces. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah. Yeah, so after the old rail bridge burnt down in 2015. So this one is called the Gnala Bunja, whatever. I can't pronounce it. Or Asquith Bridge. Oh, this is shaking mad. It's made out of steel. Why is it shaking? All right, I'm gonna put my phone away before I drop it. This is where you could be doing some fishing. Still Friday. This morning we lost sight of the Wargle, which are the little track markers that keep you on track. We ended up 10 k's in the wrong direction. When we got to where we thought we were and looked at the map, we realized we weren't where we thought we were. We were about 8 k's south of where we thought we were, and I bush tracked us through the middle of nowhere, really, on these little dirt roads, going through using my little compass, my SES training. Thank you, SES. Guys, if you don't know how to read a map, join the SES. So instead of doing 18 or 19 k's today, we're doing about 30, and I'm feeling it. Hello, it must be Saturday the 28th. Having a bit of a late start. There's only 19 k's to do today after yesterday doing 35 because I got lost, but had a good sleep at the hut last night. I put my hammock inside my sleeping bag, and the hammock material acted as like a sleeping bag liner, and I got a tiny bit of extra warmth, which made for a much better sleep. I'm feeling good. I think in Collie I'll get a proper sleeping bag liner and it should be all right. Well, let's see what today brings. Didn't stop recording. Why do I always try and end with a smile and then I can't hit the record button? Passing through a section that in the book says some wading may be required, but as it's late in the season, it's dry, and all you get is this fantastic new growth. All these plants are coming up, and there's flowers just over the other side, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I'm glad I didn't have to wade because I didn't want to get my shoes wet, but look at this. You usually don't get this kind of flower so late in the season, and I mean flowers in general. But the birds are singing. It's great. You know what I feel like when I'm seeing all these orange and purple flowers around? Makes me really want to go a packet of Wonka Nerds. You know, the grape and orange Nerds? Damn, I could go some Nerds right now. You just don't see this. I've lived in Perth all my life. I've never seen this before. I've lived in the Darling Ranges all my life and never seen this before. This is fantastic. You guys, I hope you're getting something out of watching this video, because you know, I can't describe what I'm feeling when I'm walking along through here. The landscape I've gone through today has varied, but this is the best sign ever. That means we've reached the next hut, and what a beautiful place it's going to be in. And here we are. This will do very nicely for the night. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Alright, an update. Last night, stayed at Bibbulmun campsite, as you saw in the video. Now we're pressing on, going past Harris Dam, and then Harris campsite is where we'll be staying. The sun is coming out, which gives us a chance to dry our clothes, which means we can wash our clothes. And then on Monday, get into Collie. As you get closer to a town, you start walking faster. You know you're almost there. It's great. Having a lovely walk through the bush today. The weather's beautiful. Oh, log there. It's not easy to step over a log with a massive pack on your back. Tell you what, I'm craving some things. Today it's chocolate. Yesterday it was spaghetti bolognese. So ladies, is this what it's like when you get cravings when you're pregnant? I don't know. I'm gonna need to, what do you reckon, should I set up a GoFundMe page for the amount of chocolate I'm gonna eat when I get to the next town? Let us know. It's about maybe 4 a.m. It's really cold. I've been up since about 12, so just going to trek it straight into Collie, because it's only going to get colder even after the sun rises until about 7 a.m. So get moving now, because if we sit around here, we're only going to get colder. So straight for a Macca's breakfast, I think. It's cold. It is really cold. Look out, Collie. I'm coming to eat you. I'm gonna eat everything and drink everything there is in Collie. I'm gonna have the biggest coffee. It's been a week without coffee. The rest of the walk into Collie was gorgeous. Unfortunately, I couldn't stop thinking about all the food I was gonna eat, the warm bed, and the shower I was gonna have. So this is where this episode ends. Now remember, if you want to see more, you have to subscribe so you can get notified as soon as the next episode comes out. And while you're at it, I've got an extra mission for you. If you have a friend that is really into hiking, make sure they subscribe as well. Catch you next time as we leave Collie behind and continue further south on this amazing adventure.